Well, another nice morning on the beach. Time to do a little workout. Another back day, of course. Every day is back day. Because it's the most important day and it's the best day. That's what I've been doing this past week for my workouts, my main workout. Get up, head down here, to the beach, some pull-up bars right over there. I'll be at in a little bit. So we're gonna keep it a little lighter today. Just 5, maybe 6 sets of some back work, front lever work. So it's all straight arm. So I alternate between chin-ups, pull-ups, and then straight arm front lever work. And I just kind of moderate myself every day. If I'm feeling too sore, I'll back off a little bit. If I'm feeling little tweaks or twinges in my shoulders, my back, then I'll back off a little bit and ease up. But so far, things are feeling pretty good. So might as well keep going. Now we start the little back session here with the way I always start things. Every time I get on a pull-up bars, I just do a hang. In that hollow body position, this is called a hollow body hang right here. This is kind of where you try to put your body in kind of a semicircle shape overall. That's actually looking pretty good. I'm actually almost a little bit impressed with myself right there. Now I'm doing a slight little lever work. Now I'm just hanging. But this is just kind of how I warm up the shoulders and the lats and the back. Just kind of let everything stretch out for a little bit. I hang here for about 45 seconds. Just get a nice good stretch, warm up, get ready for the more serious work coming up. Nice little view of the beach right there. There was some music playing in the background, so I had to mute some stuff out and do a little voiceover, but that's okay, it'll work. Now we're doing one of my favorite exercises, an inverted pull. This is a full inverted pull where I go fully inverted, body straight. I get 4 reps here, which is pretty good for me. I may have been able to go for 5, but the thing about this is this exercise is it stays fairly doable, then all of a sudden it's just really tough. But this is kind of the equivalent of bodyweight powerlifting right here. It's very similar to a deadlift without the gravitational load bearing down on your spine. So we got 4 reps with that. Not bad. I'll take it. I think about 3 weeks ago I did about 3 reps and I couldn't quite get 4, so that's a good improvement to where I was at just a few weeks ago. Now what am I doing here? Oh, some windshield wipers. This is another very tough exercise, although it's feeling a lot better. I think I do about 10 reps here, and from here on out I just got to work on not adding more reps, but bigger and better range of motion. That's what we'll be working on going forward. And this is just, this isn't a really super hard, like the movements are difficult. These are difficult movements. You've got to be pretty strong to be able to do this kind of stuff. And it just takes time. Time and lots of repetition. That's kind of how you do it. But this is my favorite kind of training I do right here. Just hanging out on a bar. Now we're doing a knee hang. Something this isn't really a hard position to hear right here, as long as you got some flexibility. My flexibility is not great, but it's good enough for something like this. But very intense hamstring contraction. Doing this exercise, I don't stick with it very long. And I just stay in this position until my hamstrings start to cramp. And then I do another pike to stretch out the hamstrings. I thought my pike was a lot straighter. So here I'll go into another pike. This is the inverted pike position right here. So that's an inverted pike. And I just do that real quick to stretch out the hamstrings from that intense contraction that I just did. And now, let's see. I think I got one more set of inverted shrugs. Another fun exercise. So I just did 5 sets today. That was it, as I mentioned in other parts of this video. And we're about done here. I just wanted to kind of give a little explanation of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. But this is a pretty good complete back workout without really stressing the arms or the shoulders. It's just kind of almost like a full body core workout. So these are inverted shrugs. You just go inverted on the bar into an inverted pull and then just use your traps. Very good for the traps. It's kind of like another power move. But if you want to learn how to develop your traps, doing just the body weight, that's how it's done. That was an easy back workout. Well, not easy. The stuff I was doing wasn't easy, but as far as volume and intensity, right around 5, maybe, for a moment here or there. So, that workout, like I said, it was just kind of straight arm front lever work, and I do that every other day. But on alternate days, I do the chin-ups, pull-ups, usually about 10 sets. Do a set of hang, and 8 sets of 5, and then another set of hanging. That's how I'm doing it right now, and I've been doing that for a little over a week, and it's been going pretty good. I'm not really all that sore. I feel like I'm getting stronger, and that's the thing. If you find a rhythm where you feel like you're getting stronger, and you know, once you're, I can tell you, getting stronger at this age, at 50, is a lot trickier than in my 20s and 30s. 20s and 30s, you can just do anything. It doesn't really matter. As long as you're being completely stupid, you can make progress. At 50, kind of a different story. It's gonna be a lot more dialed in. The programming has to be more specific. And that's really how I approach it. That's why I like the high frequency, moderate intensity approach. As it gives you a regular pump, gets the blood flowing every single day. But I think it's important, especially as we get older. I don't think it's all about getting the most intense workout. I think that stuff's for the young guys. It's great for them. But as we get older, I think more higher frequency is going to be much better. And there's some scientific studies that have backed my theories up. So, you know, science is finally starting to catch up to me. Oh, that's sunset. That's sunrise. Not sunset. Not sunrise. Check it out. Pretty sweet. So my program is basically just, I do mobility twice a day for about 10 to 20 minutes. Then I go to the beach and they do do a back workout. Sometimes it's a more intense workout, sometimes not so much. Either way, get it done. So all in all, it's about 30, maybe 40 minutes total of training that I do every day. Every now and then I'll skip a day. But if it's like a long travel day, or I'll just do a little bit of stretching. Or if I got a long flight or something like that. But for the most part, it's every day. And like I said, it's not real intense, but there's intent, right? There's a purpose behind it. A certain objective I'm trying to meet. I'm not just exercising for the sake of exercising with no real thought or plan involved. The plan is to keep getting stronger as I get older. It's not easy, but it's doable. And when it's become stronger, it's strength to weight ratio. That's what I'm working on. It's not getting big and huge or lifting big weights. I like this kind of training better. It's going to parks, enjoying the beach, doing some pull-ups. And mobility is basically just get down and up off the ground in a bunch of different ways. Very important too, as we get to that second 50 years of life. It's a cool thing about that mobility training where you just get down and up off the ground. So you can just do it in so many different ways. You can moderate the intensity and whoa, just got caught by a wave, wasn't watching. You can moderate the intensity to get all kinds of different workouts. You can prioritize your legs, your chest, your abs. You can prioritize flexibility, mobility, whatever it is.
But it's very, let's say, call it modular, a modular way of training, where you just kind of you make adjustments as you go, depending on what you need. So far, it's working pretty good. It's not about getting ripped or anything like that, although you can do it. It can be done. But the priorities are improving your strength and your overall biomechanics, and a little bit of conditioning. I don't really do a lot of running or anything like that. It's not my thing. Got to find what you enjoy. But either way, calisthenics, bodyweight strength training, mobility has a place for everybody. And I can tell you this, if I would have started off doing this stuff as a younger man, a younger self, in my 20s and 30s, I probably would have made much more progress as an athlete. And maybe even be in better shape now. I've got another set of pull-up bars right over here. This is why I like Vietnam. One of my favorite countries I've been to so far. It's mostly because there's just pull-up bars everywhere. It's awesome. Anyways, that's it. Y'all take care.